Good morning, Dean D. Davison, liveweatherblogs.com student meteorologist here with your overnight edition. We know how the overnight edition works. We're going to go into heat, we're going to go into severe weather, and we're definitely going to go into the tropics in this overnight edition. And we're going to go into a little bit about the EF4 tornado that occurred up in Minnesota a couple days ago. It was been upgraded from EF3 to an EF4, and we're going to go into that. First, let's take a look at this map here. We're taking a look at our national map. You can see where a large area in the Midwest and the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic are going to be having heat problems. We're going to have heat 95 to 100 degrees. Heat index is 105 to 115 in some areas throughout the eastern area. So we have areas such as the Delaware Valley who have heat advisories. We have a lot of stagnant air advisories throughout a lot of these areas: North Carolina, Virginia, the DC, the Jersey Shore, New York City, parts of Pennsylvania, and then we have some of these heat warnings out and heat advisories out in the Midwest and Mississippi Valley. We are around 2 a.m. We're taking a look at our advisories here, our watches. We got one in Nebraska, and we got one up here in North Dakota and Montana. And we're going to go into a quick radar tour in there momentarily after we go through the severe weather outlook for the next few days. Just taking a look at some areas for risk today. We have jet stream is sitting up along the northern tier again, which could cause problems with tornadic activity here in this slight risk area up here in North Dakota and South Dakota. We also have a slight risk area here in Iowa, parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota. Isolated tornadoes could happen in these areas also. We also have an area that's below, the severe risk of getting multiple severe weather, severe storms happening, but we have, um, possible severe weather, spotty here and there, severe weather here up in parts of New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire, and Connecticut. So won't be surprised to see some severe weather there. We're also got to watch for some thunderstorm development along the Gulf Coast with this low that we're going to go into in momentarily that may become tropical. Looking at our reports here, we have mainly confined here in the Midwest, east of the Rockies. We had a couple tornadoes reported on the ground here in pretty far east of Denver, but destroying a barn and some other things. And we had two severe weather reports so far up here in Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine. And actually, the one has injuries, 6 injuries here in Maine at a camp, unfortunately, from the wind. Currently, this is 2 o'clock in the morning. Currently, we're looking at some cells more forming into a line. We still could have an isolated tornado pop up in this area. We have cells and a bowing echo here, not the same as the ratio that occurred and moved straight across Iowa yesterday into Illinois and Michigan in the morning. So that ratio did occur here. This is much slower, and it's moving mainly to the north and northeast. On these storms, we got some storms also up here near the border. This is basically going around the high pressure and ring of fire. We also have some breakout with possible flooding problems here near probably near Des Moines here in these storms here, and also some storms here in Chicago, around south of Chicago land area. Here's a look right off the top of areas that possible development. Still a very high risk area, even though it's not looking too good. We'll look at satellite in a minute. Here, northeast of the islands. We also have the area of low pressure developing off the coast of Florida, and this is one that I would watch a little closer. First, because of the proximity to the coast, and secondly, because it actually does. You can see the low-level circulation on radar, and may occur. This is on a moderate risk, and this is on a high risk. So we'll take a look at this on a satellite picture. Looking at this, you see the upper level of that absorbed column killed it. That's also directing this, which is the higher risk area for development. A lot of dry air here. It's going to be very rough to get a good development here. Unlike this area, you have the upper level low here and a lower level low here. And if this retreats into the Carolinas, this will give some ample time to actually make some development occur a little faster, I think, here and looking at the upper level low, it is pushing more towards the north, which will steer this further to the west. And we'll take a look at what the computer models are saying. But this looks better than the other area that's out here for development, and you have a huge upper level low to the right of that. And there's there is definitely some actual tropical convergence that we shall take a look at in the next few days. That's pretty far south, and it's south of the drier air, so that's also in a better environment. But the best one in the best environment near Florida. And here's the models run for the actual one that is out here, which will turn north and go out to sea. Fish storm, if it does develop. That's the one further out in the Atlantic, and we're going to take a look with the one near Florida, what they're saying in the model. And here's our other model here. It doesn't bring it much very high. It brings it up to tropical storm force, and that's about it. But you see how the models are looking here. You know, it brings it close to Louisiana, into this oil area. But luckily, the oil seems to be capped, so as long as things keep going good there, we shouldn't have an issue. A couple of the models swinging around here for South Carolina if it keeps up, and some of it bringing in here, which would affect the area of the Roanoke Valley 120 hours out with precipitation. So stuff definitely to look at, and we'll keep an eye on here at liveweatherblogs.com. And Bob will have your full detailed tropical update coming up. Taking a look, Tuesday, it's not Tuesday, but tomorrow, 98 degrees. And then Wednesday, scatter thunderstorms, 94, not 84 on Thursday with a cool down. There's going to be definitely some storms probably between these 2 days. 83 on Friday, 84 on Saturday, 86 on Sunday, 84 on Monday. Chance of showers and thunderstorms each day, basically a summer type pattern there. And that's for your Roanoke area forecast. So the heat continues, the tropics are getting hot, and severe weather also continuing. So now we're going to go into the report on the tornado in Minnesota. This is Wilkin County, Minnesota, and you can see where you have the damage path here. This is by the National Weather Service, just to let you know. You see where this is Richland County, North Dakota, how it comes over into Wilkin County, Minnesota. 5-mile damage path with greater than EF3 damage. Here's some damage photos, completely wiped out. Looks like a barn, completely wiped out here. Here's a wider view, there's a tractor, and you can see just completely wiped out here. Other things with debris and pieces of field just tore up completely here. This tornado is first given an EF3 rating, and then based on damage surveys, an EF4 rating. So something definitely crazy that happened in Minnesota, which you don't hear a whole lot. It's been a very active severe weather season in the summer here in the plains. So hopefully we don't keep getting these really bad. Luckily, no fatalities and things like that. One of the storm chasers that did take some of the video that you saw was actually injured slightly with glass, but he was checking on the well-being also of the owners of the house that was destroyed in the tornado video that you can pretty much look up on many websites. Other than that, this is D&D Davidson, liveweatherblogs.com, with your overnight edition. I'll have more tomorrow. D&D Davidson, liveweatherblogs.com.